Hey guys, this is Eric, and it's 3 a.m. Well, get some sleeping problem. But anyways, I would like to show you how I do my budget. This is basically a compilation of everything I learned so far. But I made this video to help my team in my school because I'm in school right now, and we're doing a project management, and we're supposed to help each other to finish our project, our paper research, and we need to understand how the money works or the budgeting with the projects. And I tried to explain it, but I need to show an example for you guys to understand, and I made this video so you could watch it and see my example. My example is basically not based on the project, it's based on my personal budget, but I made a dummy budget just to show you how it works. Um, First of all, I made this made up budget, and as you can see, let's say the bank you have $2,000 in your bank, and actually I have savings of 1,695 based on the money currently in the bank. So if you could keep updating that, this will change. And these are all based on the budget for the year. I made a whole year budget, which I personally do on my own budget. But in this case, give me a second. Just gonna correct this one. This is supposed to be, where's that? This one. 495. So so this is the dummy budget I made. This is how I do my own personal budget, but of course the expenses change and the costs here change. What I have here is the baseline. Baseline basically is the cost that you think the, which also called as planned value as the in project management. But in budgeting, I separate that from the planned value. In my own personal budgeting, sometimes I add 10% of the baseline cost. On this one, I didn't because this is my allowance. So whatever my baseline is, that's my reserve. But there are times that you want to add 10%, like if there's a variance or a variable cost, like the utilities, you don't know how much it's going to cost. So you might want to add a 10% on your planned value. But in this example, the planned value is my baseline plus whatever reserve I had. So basically, planned value is the total cost planned for that certain time. So in here, I have $100 planned value for today, and as you can see, it doesn't have a planned value around with a salary because budgeting basically for project management does not include the salary, or because you don't get salary when you have a project, they just give you the money and that's your budget. In this example, my if let's pretend this is a project, the budget I have is 15,357 to use on my expenses for the whole year. Now that's pretty low in real life because in real life your whole year expenses might be more than 30,000 or more than 20,000 based on how you spend your money. So my plan value for each day changes. Basically, I made it it changes per expense, but it's supposed to be daily. Now, if you're a project manager, you could do it weekly, you could do it monthly, you could divide it as many as you want, as long as you know how much your planned value for each certain time. That's what planned value is. Now, the earned value is actually based on how much was spent. So let's say today your plan, yesterday, your plan value is $100. Today, you found out you only have to pay your cell phone. You only paid your cell phone 80. Since this is budgeting, I usually put negative based on my calculation for the total. So you only paid $89. That's how much all you paid so far yesterday. So that's your earned value is $89. Now there's another basic term in project management called AC, or actual cost. The actual cost, I'm sorry, I explained this wrong. Earned value is how much, okay, it's the total cost of planned value that was actually used. So you plan to use $100 for the cell phone, and that was dated yesterday. So yesterday you paid the cell phone, so your earned value is $100 because that is how much you 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 uh, you set aside for that phone. Now, if you didn't pay the phone yesterday, your earned value will be zero. Your planned value stay the same because that's what you plan to spend. The only problem is that the earned value, you didn't pay the phone yesterday, so basically your earned value is zero. You didn't pay anything. So based on your budget, you're gonna have zero earned value. The actual cost is the actual cost of the payment. Since you didn't pay the phone, then there's no actual cost. So let's do a different scenario. Let's say you did pay the phone yesterday for $89. That is the actual cost. But your earned value is $100 because that was what you planned for that cell phone. So earned value is the total cost of the planned value that was actually used. So that's the earned value. A lot of people get confused with this. I tried to explain this yesterday, and I don't know if I said it right, but a lot of people got confused with that. So I'm making this video so I could show you that earned value and planned value is pretty much different. They could be the same cost based on what happened. Now the schedule variance basically tells you if the if you are in schedule. So what it do is it subtracts the earned value from the planned value. The reason this is zero is because you only have your planned value and your earned value is the same. But in this scenario, let's say we did this one, for today's date, and you only spent, let's say, you found out you went to Taco Bell and you spent $10, okay, and yet today you also had to pay the gas, and so that totals up of $60 earned value based on these two planned value, and that is the earned value. Now the actual cost, what you actually paid was actually total of only $55. Let's say. So here we can see that the schedule variance says, uh, let's see here. Okay, I'm gonna put 160 here because what I did is that I need to include the one from yesterday. So that'll be 160. So $60 for today and it's $100 yesterday. So it will be zero. But let's say I didn't buy gas for today. So that's minus 50. So let's say my earned value is only 110. Here it tells us that the schedule variance is minus 50. And as you can see, I made a note here, positive schedule variance is good. We have negative, that means it's bad. Since it's under schedule variance, what it means is that you're behind schedule. I also made a little a formula here that calculates if it's behind schedule or ahead of schedule. Now, basically, the schedule variance is telling us you're behind schedule. You're supposed to be using money for your gas, and you didn't. So you didn't do that, so that the budget is behind in schedule. You didn't do it for today. Now, for the cost variance, that will be the variance of the cost of the actual cost. The formula here is you're going to subtract the actual cost from the earned value. Now, if that is positive, then that means the cost variance is good. It's good because you only, okay, this is wrong. Okay, let's say my actual cost was 108. Okay, so it's still positive. So that means it's good because you actually paid little on what you expected to pay, right? $2 difference. So the cost variance is 2, which is good. So these three basics concept in project management is what you use to see the variance. The variance basically tells you if it's good or bad. Now, in here, we will have the schedule performance index. Basically, it just tells you where you're at. It's an index, and the index says that if it's more than 1, your schedule performance index is good. So here I got 0.69, and the formula for that is you're gonna divide the earned value with the planned value, and that will be your schedule performance index. Now, this is less than 1, so that means I'm behind schedule. Basically, that's what it says. Now, the cost performance index is now more than 1. The formula for that is earned value divided by actual cost. And since it is more than 1, that means you're under budget. You're actually doing good. So now, okay, this one's supposed to be copied in all the tables. Let me do that real quick. Okay, just copy that. So basically, the complete performance index, it tells you if you need to, change your efficiency on your budget. Basically, it's telling you, do you want to watch out on your money or not? Do you want to spend more if you need to, or do you want to slow down a little bit on your spending? That is the complete performance index shows. Right now, it just say 1, that means you're good. If this is less than 1, that means you need to watch out. If this is more than, I'm sorry, hold on a second. Let's make this change. Let's say, okay, because my total budget for this year is 15,000. Let's just say I spent throughout the whole year 40,000. Actual cost is, say, 13,000. So if it's less than 1, that means you're doing good. The efficiency of your budgeting throughout the rest of the whole time until the end get to your end date, it's you still got money. You're okay. You don't need to slow down. You got enough money you have enough budget for the whole year or for the whole project. If it's more than 1, let's say this was 16,000 and actual cost was 15,500. it is more than one. That means you need to watch out. You're spending too much. You're already beyond the the estimated budget according to the schedule. Your weight. All right, sorry about that. You have too much spending. So that what is the complete performance index. It tells you when to slows down, tells you when to speeds up, or tells you when you're okay with your budget. Which is also helps when you look at the variance. It tells you if you are positive or negative. So that's what these things means: plan value, earned value, actual cost, schedule variance, and schedule performance index, cost performance index, and the to complete performance index. I made a note here just to show you guys that this one does not include the estimate of total cost, which is also used in project management. That is to forecast what's going to be the total cost. The reason I didn't show this because this does not apply on budgeting, but there are three different formulas to get that based on the situation. And basically, it's you who affects that. It's not based on the calculations here. You can actually just say the estimate of total cost is by changing what your future expenses is. So that's a different story. We're not working on that in our project, the forecasting. So right now we're just doing the budgeting for, let's say, a project. And the expected cost to complete is a different story also, and the variance of completion. So basically, these are, if you understand what these three things means, you don't need to remember these terms. You just have to, calculate it in your head. It's just a subtraction, basically. Actually, it is a complicated formula, but it was simplified that it comes down to just subtraction. It's just like this one, the schedule variance. It's just, subtraction. This is a simple formula. So, so basically that's what it is for planned value, earned value, actual cost, schedule variance, cost variance, schedule performance index, and the cost performance index. All these four right here just tells you if you're good or not currently. These three is the input that you need to put in so you could find out if you're doing good or not. So that was it. It's pretty basic. And I combine this, what I learned from project management, with my own personal budgeting, which tells me if I'm good or not with my budgeting currently. So, so that's how it is, and this helps me, to know where am I at based on my budgeting. And I try to teach this to other people, but it gets too complicated. They don't want to deal with it. They just want to do with the basic um, budget formula, which is monthly. I don't rely on that because it doesn't show you the actual money you have. You got $2,000 in your bank, but you don't really know how much you can spend. You got that $2,000 in your bank doesn't mean that's all you have to spend. It's based on your expenses, based on the range that you chose. And I chose 1 year on my own budget. And in here, it tells me the minimum that my money will go down is 1,695, and that will be my savings. And based on my budget, that's how much it will be. So thanks for watching, and I don't know if it confused you more, but I was hoping this little example is helping you understand better of the project management. Um, I just work in a call center. I don't do this in actual projects because I'm not a project manager. But I do understand how does management budgeting works. I had also experience working in accounting, which also uses this terminologies here, which can confuse people because they don't know what it is. So so I understand this, and I had some little experience on using these terms here. It's basically simple math. It's just subtractions. And project management is really simple. The only reason it sounds complicated and you need to have a like a certification and degrees and all that to get the job is because they have their own terminology that's not really necessary. You could perform the job not knowing any of those terminologies, not knowing any of these formulas. You could still do the job. It's just that basically they just made it a standard. You know, this is what they wanted you to do. This is what they wanted you to learn. And if you don't do it, if you don't know this, if you don't know what TCPI is, you don't know what CPI, what is SPI, you cannot be a project manager. That's what employers doing right now. You know, it's what you know and what you understand, even though it's not needed. This is actually all common sense, and they just made a formula out of that common sense. So, anyways, that's my opinion, and thanks for watching. If you want me to help you with your own personal budget, I am more willing to help you out. Not because I'm gonna benefit from it. It's because I apply this to myself and it works, and I want to see this being applied to others and see if it works. I actually thought of thinking of this as a basis of a small business, and I'm still thinking about that. So I don't know, but I'm just saying if you guys need help, I'm here. I could help you out. So thanks for watching, and I hope that little project management thing works out for you guys. And if you have any question, let me know. Alrighty, I'm out.